Kumite Radio is brought to you by Supplement Warfare. Visit their website, supplementwarfare.com.au, for the best quality supplements on the planet. Use coupon code Kumite Radio at checkout to get 10% off of all orders. If you're trying to get sexy for the summer, if you're just trying to flex on fools, visit supplementwarfare.com.au for the best supplements in the world. Use coupon code Kumite Radio at checkout to get 10% off and support the podcast. Joining me right now is Australian flyweight Jordan O'Connor. He'll be fighting at HEX Fight Series 14 versus Mitchell Birkett on June 30th in Melbourne. What's going on, Jordan?
Oh, not much, mate. Just got home from training. Just another hard sesh. So, yeah, just getting ready for the fight.
You started off training all of the disciplines of MMA. Now, what aspect are you attracted to more or have picked up quicker?
Well, when I first started, I started training everything, like you said, but I was more predominant in jiu-jitsu. Like I competed like a lot more in jiu-jitsu at the start for the first year, and then I sort of weaved my way. Like I got better at wrestling and weaved my way into a bit more striking, kickboxing, and Muay Thai. And I think I picked up that a lot easier than everything else. I guess I picked up everything pretty well together, but yeah. I think striking, I really enjoyed striking. So,
September 1st, HEX 11, you made your pro debut. Incredible 29-second knockout. Take me back to that experience.
It was a bit all over the shop because that opponent he stepped up on 2 weeks' notice because I was meant to fight a dude out of ATT in Sydney. And he pulled out, so they struggled trying to get me an opponent. And they finally got a guy from Malaysia, I think it was. He fought on 1 championship. So so like knowing that he was on 1, I was like, wanted to be a bit careful because I thought he might be good, when it came to it, I think landed that lucky shot on the temple, and landed that knee really well and finished it real early. So yeah, it was a good finish.
When you landed that knee, did you know instantly, like, this fight is over? I have this?
Like as soon as, even sort of when he crumbled at the start with that punch, he sort of crumbled a little bit, and I landed like a little bit of an uppercut, and I knew that landed well as well. So when he crumbled there, I jumped on that straight away because I knew he was rocked, and once I landed that knee and he fell backwards against the cage and covered up, I knew the ref was going to stop it, so I just kept wailing down with the punches.
Moving along, a few months later, you got right back into the cage, HEX 12.
Yeah.
You faced Rich Lockett, but he wasn't your original opponent. Actually, in that fight, your original opponent dropped out of that fight too. So your first 2 fights, first 2 pro fights, your original opponents dropped out at the last minute. How do you adjust to that? It must have been rough.
I've had a few, I know I'm used to it. Like in amateurs, I had a few opponents pull out as well. So it's just, I think like roughly the last 4 or 5 fights I've had, like amateur to pro, like the 4 or 5 last fights in a row, people pulled out on me. So it's just you getting used to it, and I'm just adapted to it really. So it's no different. Just get ready, get a new opponent, have a look at his style, know what I need to do, come with a game plan, and just try and execute it.
As the opponents kept pulling out, did something change in your approach, or was your approach always the same?
Well, if you're talking about the last fight I had, the approach was quite similar with Richard Lockett, because I was meant to fight Philip Kim, and he's real good on the ground, black belt jiu-jitsu. So it was, I was going to try and keep it standing, and then I got changed to Richard, and he was a purple belt. So I think, so I kept the same game plan, but I think I kind of took Richard a little bit too lightly, knowing that he was probably not as a good jiu-jitsu as Philip. So I think that's where I went wrong and gassed myself out in the first round.
Yeah, that fight is very interesting because you came out the gate just blasting away. That guy. Were you surprised by how tough he was? How many shots that he took?
Yeah, some of the shots I hit him with, you know, a lot of people will drop with those because, like, obviously a lot of my other fights, like amateurs and my first pro fight, you know, I've hit people with probably not as hard shots and they've dropped. So I sort of came in hoping I could finish it in the first round like I have with a lot of other fights, and just didn't expect it to be durable. So coming into the next fight, I'm very aware of that, and I've definitely learned that from the last fight, not to come out guns blazing.
Yeah, you said that you kind of gassed out, blew your wad basically, and you said that this is kind of the lesson that you learned. What other lessons did you take away from that loss?
Probably like I feel up until where I was finished, I was really dominating the whole round. So it was really more of just the output of my own energy. Really is what I fixed up mostly. But because obviously I got finished on the ground, so I've been doing a lot more jiu-jitsu, you know, down at Resilience, Empire MMA, doing a lot more of that, and you know, not just jiu-jitsu, but like more specified to MMA as well. So a lot more defense on the ground as well. Obviously, I took Richard down, sort of like halfway through the first round as well. So I probably won't do that with this fight. He was setting up a triangle or something, and I spun out of it. We got back to our feet, and then I ducked my head down at the end of the round, and he caught me with that guillotine. So just be a bit more aware, keep my distance a bit more, you know, use my angles, do what I'm good at.
Your next fight, this guy, he's known for his jiu-jitsu also. So you have back-to-back jiu-jitsu guys basically. Mitchell Birkett, what do you think of him as an opponent?
He looks real tough. He looks pretty durable as well. I feel like maybe a little bit similar to Richard, probably durable, real good on the ground. I know he's finished 2 of his fights on the ground. So I've just got to be very wary of his takedowns. He seems to like to go for takedowns a bit more. So I'll be very wary of that. I've been working on my takedown defense a lot. And he's a southpaw too, so just got to look out for that a little bit. But I've been sparring a lot of southpaws, getting ready for that. So,
Nowadays, a lot of fighters, they don't really do training camps no more. They're training year-round, and then when a fight comes up, they kind of just add a little more detail to their preparations. Do you follow this protocol?
Yeah, pretty much, man. Like it's like I train 6 days out of the week, you know, Monday to Saturday. But that doesn't change when I jump into fight camp. You know, it's Monday to Saturday before fight camp. But maybe just ramping up the intensity a bit, maybe a little bit more sparring, and being a bit more specific to opponents is really mostly what I change. But I try and get into the gym 6 days a week every time I'm not fighting. So, you know, just got to be ramped up a little bit, I think, more specific, and getting ready for the opponent.
Have you been doing any cross training in the last few months?
Yeah. So not too much. So I've got 2 main gyms that I train at now, and they're the only 2 I've been at for the fight camp and before the fight camp. So Empire MMA is, you know, my main training gym down in Bayswater, and I also travel up to Footscray 3 times a week, and train at Dan Kelly's gym, Resilience, with a bunch of those real good high-level guys like Dan Kelly, you know, Ben Sassoli, Jimmy Crute goes down, Jake Matthews goes down sometimes. So, real high-level guys. And, it's going really well at the moment.
Yeah, those are some killers, major players in the scene in MMA down there. Now, in a perfect world, what do you see happening on June 30th when they lock those cage doors?
Prediction, like, I don't really want to predict anything. You know, I'm just going to come in there, see what happens, you know, use my footwork, my speed, you know, my striking. but you know, if it is to get finished, if I'm to finish it, I feel maybe the second round, but you know, we'll see how it goes on the night.
Mitchell Birkett, he's ranked number 10 flyweight in Australia. If you beat him, do you think that you should take his spot in the top 10?
I don't know, you know, like, it's just a number, really. Like, I'll get there eventually, I think. You know, if I beat him, that makes me 2-1. And what would he be? 2-2. So, you know, still roughly similar record. So, you know, whatever, 11-10, whatever. I'm fine with that. I'm going to get there eventually, get to the top eventually. Just got to keep pushing.
We're at kind of the midpoint of the year. What do you see yourself doing for the rest of the year after this fight is done?
I'd hope to get another fight in, probably on HEX again, if that's all right. Yeah, I don't know. We'll just see how this fight goes, how this fight plays out, and yeah, we'll decide what to do from there.
All right, June 30th, Melbourne, HEX Fight Series 14. Jordan O'Connor will face Mitchell Birkett in a flyweight contest. Thank you, Jordan, for your time, and good luck, man.
Cheers. Thanks.